Hi, my name's Azzurum, and you're listening to the Strings of Fate podcast. And listen, I didn't give Renair the wrong directions. I simply told him, keep making lefts until you reach the light post. It's not my fault that he can't follow directions. I really don't know why I need to wrap it up. The episode is airing now. I'll come back to this. Enjoy the episode.
Azzurum, you make your way through the streets of Wheldon, still buzzing with energy, though considerably more subdued. The few patrons still out occupying the bars and late-night establishments still open. They stick indoors as the streets themselves are clear. You retrace the path in your head towards where you saw that still form. Further into the Walsh ward, you see it. Slumped against a stone wall, face obscured by shadow as the head hangs lifeless. You see a blood-soaked emerald tunic that starts at the neck, and the face of a man you met not but a few hours ago. The eyes are open, staring forward and down, devoid of emotion, devoid of life. What do you do?
Can I see if is there anyone around near?
Make a perception check.
3.
You can't hear anyone around, at least not in this area. This is sort of off onto like a side road. Though most of Wheldon is, well trafficked and usually pretty well connected, there are these side areas, especially late at night, where there doesn't seem to be a lot of people wandering.
Okay. Well, can I investigate the body? What kind of wound is it?
Make a medicine check.
10?
With a 10, you can immediately assess the wound, which is there is a gash across the throat itself. There's not much more you can tell about the wound besides that someone probably cut there, and then that's what's caused death in terms of wound.
Can I go start?
You can also make an investigation check for me.
0?
Oh
0.
my
Is that a -1?
It's a natural 1, and my investigation is -1.
Natural 1. With a natural 1, there's not a lot you can tell about the body itself. There's obvious stuff that even with a natural 1, you're not like, I don't see anything. I guess it's still alive. Like that sort of thing. Looking through the obvious stuff, there's no... As a 0, what would you get? The obvious stuff is that there is blood also trickling from the mouth that you can see. You're not sure what would have caused that, but there's blood trickling from the mouth. They're wearing the emerald green tunic that's soaked with blood itself, and they smell like alcohol. That's what you'll get, basic just looking and being around the body. Anything deeper is it's locked away. What are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can find who did it.
See if you can find who did it. Go ahead and make a survival check. This is to find any tracks or tracing of who could have done this.
Anything's better than a 0.
Oh. 4?
Well,
4.
wasn't a 0.
You spend a couple minutes looking around the surrounding area for tracks. About 5 minutes into your investigation, you hear the heavy footsteps of what sound like somewhat metal boots making their way towards where you are. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
You make your way out, make a stealth check.
10?
You take off. You hear someone say, "Wait, is that... Hey, oh, hold on, stop!" And you hear a whistle just blare out into the night as you tear off away. You didn't get a perfect look at you as you get away, but you get the feeling that you are currently being pursued through the streets You turn a corner down at the end, and you see basically a straight shot road with a few alcoves and turns there, but there's guards behind you making their way after you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna talk to the guards.
As you are turning, so how far do you think you would have gotten before you would have talked to the guards? Because it's very different to be like, I turn the corner and then I stop and then I turn back around to talk, or it's like you hear that they see you and then you stop immediately. Would you have stopped immediately?
Yeah, I think I would have stopped immediately.
You stop basically as they say, like, hold it right there. They run up and they say, "Good God, what?" There's two guards there, both in that kind of yellowish armor, metal armor. One of them sort of looks down and says, "By God, did you do this?"
No, I didn't do it.
Okay, did you see who did?
I was up in my room and I looked out the window and I saw someone attack this man and I came down to see if he was okay. And by the time I gotten down here, the person was gone. I did see someone do it, but I didn't make out any clear traits.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on. Come on.
Please. 14.
Okay.
The other guard looks over and says, "All right, listen, just stay here. I'm gonna go get some people to look at this. I think we're gonna have to have this. I have to have the damn Mount Syrians look at it. Damn it." And you see, all right, you stay with him. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere. We have questions they gotta ask. The other guard, a much older man with facial hair, makes his way out onto the street, while this guard sticks with you, stands up, younger. He looks over. You recognize that this is Toby.
Toby!
Toby is like, "Oh my God, what is going on around here?" He says, "Listen, I'm sorry for accusing you. I just,
No, it's okay. I'd understand why you would, but I don't have anything to hide, so I'm not here to run away."
That's good. It would have been 1,000 times more suspicious if you had just started running. So, I hope that this hasn't affected your stay here and that you've had to see this. I'm so sorry. We do have to have the Syrian knights come and question you. Just, that's protocol at this point. This is strange.
Think I may have an idea of who did it.
You might?
Yeah.
What? Well, if you do, then who? Tell me.
Well, this is the guy that I saw earlier, right? That Lidara tackled, or that Lidara
This is the
helped,
one
yeah.
that Lidara helped. This guy who's dead in the alley.
So I started explaining to my dear friend Toby. He doesn't know we're friends, but like,
Toby, by the way, is like the most. Let me actually look this up. Hey, natural 18.
Hey,
Toby's a fairly attractive human man. Very basic, sort of like just shorter hair, shaved to like a Caesar cut sort of thing. Young, very young. Probably like you'd surmise maybe like 20, 21, around like Lidara's age. He says, "Yeah, any information could help here."
earlier today I was walking through the thorn side of town to go to the Thorny Rose, and all of a sudden this man came out and attacked the man that is now dead, and he went up to him and started strangling him and started screaming about how the thorns killed his friend. And luckily me and my friends were there, and my friend intervened, and then eventually we talked to a member of the Thorn family about it.
Good God. So you think that that a Walsh did this? Like
I don't want to accuse like the Walsh, but there was one specifically deranged person that worked for the Walsh. I don't necessarily think it was like the Walsh plotting.
This is tangled, and there's a lot that goes into this that is not good. Listen, I'll get in touch. Do you know who you talked to on the Thorn side? Did they identify this person?
Valentina.
Valentina Thorn. Okay, thank you. I'll pass this information along. We're gonna look into this character, this person on the Walsh's side of things. Thank you for being so cooperative.
Of course, my middle name.
Kind of nods his head. That statement.
It's not really my middle name.
No,
Toby.
I surmised that. Yeah. Did you say Toby? He said, he looks down and he says, that makes sense. I have a name tag.
Yeah.
They're getting used to the whole name tag thing.
How long have you worked?
Oh,
Here,
not long. It's only been a couple months. And an eventful couple months at that.
I've only been here for a day, and it's been an eventful day.
Oh my goodness. Is this your first time here in Wheldon?
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
You know what I saw earlier?
What?
This like older man and this green tiefling just going at it.
You might have seen me earlier too then. I was there. Yeah. That was
That was crazy.
Yeah, there's been a lot of conflict in the town recently, and maybe it's just, spring, people are getting kind of antsy or something, or more people from out of town are coming in now that the winter's over, but it's the job. It's what you do.
I saw that, and then I saw this man get attacked in the street, and I haven't even gone to bed yet, and I saw this man die.
Oh my God. I already gave some here. He replicates the motion going to the ticket roll on the side of his armor and pulls the ticket. He's like, listen, at this point it's kind of an empty gesture because it's like, you just witnessed a murder. Here's a complimentary meal.
Oh my
but he breaks off a ticket and says, here, this will get you either the Thorny Rose or the Walshan Whale, whichever you.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's no problem. I literally can't do more than that. I have no idea what to do in this. This was not something I was prepared for.
Not in
whatsoever.
training.
This is just simply not something I was prepared to deal with. It's around this time that you hear heavy footsteps, like actual, like if these were like the metal clanking across the cobblestone, this is like heavy iron, like stomping down. And you see that following behind the older guard that came through in armor of near like gold, like shining gold, thick heavy plate armor, you see two individuals. One of them has graying hair that is slicked all the way backwards and thick facial hair, and the other one is like Toby, like a little younger but still with the stern expression across their face. And you see them clanking forward, and you realize that Wheldon's armor looks like a bit of like a cheap imitation of this armor as they stomp forward. The one with graying hair says, all right then, where's the body? And the owner says, right up ahead. I'm sorry about this. Makes their way up. my. Does like a little bit of a, not a sign of the cross, but sort of like a wave over the body, like a ceremonial thing. And looks over and says, and you're the witness.
I guess so.
I'm Knight of the Church of the Morning Lord.
Did I put a shirt on?
Oh,
Did you?
That's a you question.
Yeah, did you?
I probably would have thrown a shirt on before I left.
Do you have shoes on?
Do I have shoes on?
Yeah.
Like sandals, probably. I don't know if I have sandals. I would have put on like the hotel slippers.
Birkenstocks. No, you got the hotel
I would have put the hotel slippers on.
I'm Sir Charles, the Knight of the Morning Lord. The other one looks, and I am Sir Ave of the Knight of the Morning Lord. Ave, get to work. And the younger man goes over and casts a spell that you can see. You see bright, radiant light emit from his hand as the body kind of, the head turns towards them, and then you see the body lurch forward as if to say something, and then you see tendrils of sickly energy grip its throat and then It goes limp again. Witchcraft. Witchcraft of a high domain. Mr. Charles looks down at Ave and says, witchcraft, you say? Then I will need to employ a different set of tools. And you see him going to make a symbol. Make an Arcana check. Make an Arcana check with advantage. This is something you've seen before.
Same roll both times.
Damn.
Hate that shit.
Arcana? 11. 9.
9. You don't know what he's about to do, but what he's saying, it sounds like he's about to be able to see magic. Like magic in the air. You're not sure exactly, but just based off of his movements, he's getting ready to cast something that will divinate magic. Basically.
Is there anything I don't even know what I could do.
It's up to you on what you want to do. If there's something I'll give you like a full turn to react to this. It's up to you.
I don't have
So
that.
wait, so what does that mean?
Basically, the roll is it wasn't a hard DC. It was just to recognize the exact spell. But basically, he's about to do something, and you're not entirely sure how much he's going to be able to see. But what he said was, I'll need a different set of tools if magic's involved to figure out what kind of magic. And the implication that you get just based off your intuition is this guy is about to be able to see if there's a caster nearby.
Well,
Hilarious. Absolutely.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Run?
Charm, connive, make up some shit. I don't know.
mean, yeah.
Can you?
Either way, it's gonna look suspicious. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
I'm just gonna.
you're just gonna bull.
Damn.
Cool.
What am I like? I feel like anything else would put me like deeper in shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Honestly, make it look more suspicious.
Charles waves a hand through the air, and holy light fills the corridor. Charles looks down at the body. His eyes trained fully on the body itself, looking through and saying, oh yes, I can see that there is something here. The source is unidentifiable, but it originates in the wound itself. The eyes are so focused on the body that he hasn't turned to look at you yet.
Can I just kind of like, I don't know what I can do, but just make like not like hide, but like make him so he doesn't need to look at me for any reason. Like just
Like a non-suspicious check.
like a non-suspicious.
Make a stealth check, sure.
5 check.
This is a stealth check to try and
Fuck me. 11.
you inch on the back of Charles, keeping out of his eyesight as he is focused on the body and examining it. His focus is fully on the body, but you become very aware of the aura that you emit all at once as you're just kind of like you hear him saying it's just like it feels so powerful, as if it's surrounding me. As he's kind of just looking over the body. Avi stands up and says, you're the witness, correct?
Yep.
Yes, let us speak. I am sorry that you had to witness this. Please, let's step over this way. And kind of leads you further down the alleyway as Charles examines the body.
Damn.
Ivy says, so explain to me what you saw. And you can just be like, I tell him.
I tell him. I also am like, I'm still in my pajamas. I'm.
Yes, I believe you. If you do not mind, I wish to use the Morning Lord's light to divine truth, to make sure that truth is being told.
Yeah.
I ask that you not resist this.
No, that's completely fine.
He casts Zone of Truth on you. You feel light pulse into your body. You can resist it if you'd like. You would know if you resisted.
No, I'm good.
You are compelled to tell the truth for, I can't remember the exact amount of time, but I think it's somewhere around like 10 minutes or so. He continues to ask, okay, so are you in any way related to the killing of this person?
No.
You're able to say that? He divines that it's the truth. Are you aware of what magics were used, if any? Are you recognizing of any of the magics used?
Am I?
Don't seem to be.
No.
Come on, 0 in intelligence. Come on, 0 investigation check.
Are you aware?
You really know nothing, honestly.
I'm like, honestly,
Honestly,
Okay.
I'm blind, honestly.
It's fine. Soon you'll be able to go back and rest. I'm so sorry about this
it's okay.
inconvenience. Are you aware of any casters within the city outside of the Morning Lord's Light?
Am I myself, right?
Yourself and one other.
2 others.
2 others, yeah.
Yes.
You are. I. Is there any way that you could let us know where these practitioners of witchcraft would be? They are our leads into this.
Does Azzurum know where he is currently? Is he like aware of his surroundings?
You're in the Walsh ward, yeah.
Yeah, but like, is he like?
You could
Has he
say
been
I
there
couldn't
before?
pinpoint.
Yeah, I don't.
Exactly.
What if I like
Locations?
don't know the way back? Like I'm like, oh, I'm a little lost, honestly.
This is okay, make it like a reverse intelligence check. You want a low roll here. See if Azzurum's
Watch it roll.
surroundings.
Finally, I'm gonna roll like a natural.
Natural 20.
Shut up.
What is it?
Natural 20!
Are you fucking kidding me? You've been rolling like once.
You are so desperate. You are so
Weakest point of your
desperately
character.
trying to forget exactly where you came from in the Emerald Rest, but you know your exact. You also know that you're in the Walsh ward. You're not like the most aware. You know how you got back to it, but you're aware that like there is an answer to this question. It's up to you on what you want to do.
You got it. You can be creative. I believe in you.
Yes,
Okay.
You do.
I saw them in the tavern in the Walsh ward.
I see. Tavern in the Walsh ward. Witchcraft brews even under our noses. Thank you so much, sir. We will investigate this. If there's any more information that you can come about with casters, that sort of situation, then please, I implore you to reach out to us. You can find the church further into the center marketplace, just down the road near the eastern exit. The Morning Lord's Light guides you. And be safe on the road home.
Thank you.
As he's saying this, you can see the other one getting up and looking to turn back towards Ave, to be like, I think you may want to see this. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be like, all right, see you later, bye.
Make a stealth check.
Come on.
I rolled a perception check.
You can do it.
There's a number you have to beat.
Lord in heaven.
Do I have a luck point still?
Can you?
You do have a luck point.
Yeah.
You do have one.
Why don't you use a different dice?
I just used these dice to roll the natural 20.
But it's the what'd you get?
12.
Oh man.
Fuck.
You had to beat this number plus 3. You gonna say it?
It was an 8.
As soon as the gaze turns, you can feel the searing heat of the light of the Morning Lord turning your direction as you just barely dip past the corner.
Jesus.
Skin of your
and you
teeth.
hear the heavy clinking of boots as you just begin to make your way back to the hotel room. Unscathed, undiscovered. But you've tipped them off that the practitioner may be at the tavern. Azzurum, you make your way all the way back to the Emerald Rest. You make your way in through the night, and as you're kind of tiptoeing through the darkness there's a little bit of a, you have fun? And you hear Bonnie sat up on the couch, just looking over. You can see fiery amber eyes in the dark.
Ooh, they glow in the dark.
Loads. Truly, time of my life.
You didn't get into any trouble?
I don't think so.
Is that right? Listen, Mr. Azzurum, I didn't know when to tell you any of this, but you need to be careful. There was a curiosity in your eyes whenever that other fella that you're looking for, the Air Genasi, when that came up. And I hesitate even now with what I'm saying to you, as I don't want you to throw yourself into danger. Should I continue?
Yeah.
My friends here say that someone fitting the description has been seen around Wheldon, and that the Wheldon Watch has recently installed a lot of guards on the lookout for a number of suspicious individuals. I don't want you to get caught in the crossfire of this, nor do I want you to cause too much trouble in this town, as it can bring a lot of danger to you and a lot of danger to your friends. But I also can't stop you with what you do with the information I'm giving you.
I've gotten in enough trouble for one night.
I know that you have a propensity to stay awake, but I suggest just trying to at least rest your head for a little bit.
Yeah, I probably will.
That she lies back down. You make your way back into the room and spend the rest of the night just doing what?
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Oh.
I
Wanna try?
don't have to sleep,
Yeah,
but like
you
I
don't
can.
have to. You can. Yeah, you absolutely can. It's like a recreational activity. For the first time
Dream a little bit.
for the first time in a few weeks of travel, Azzurum, you sleep. And despite the fact you don't need to, it still feels like as soon as you cross that threshold, like you've needed this for about 3 weeks. And you sleep very, very heavily. But the morning comes to you all of you awake, as sunlight pours into the rooms from the outside, filtered by the somewhat transparent, like lace and, what's the word I'm looking for?
Silk?
Yeah, like silks, the nice like curtains that hang over the bed, the canopy. You all awake in different states. Lidara, you don't really move a ton in your sleep. So you wake up and you see Azzurum asleep, which is a strange sight for the first
She thinks
time.
I'm dead at first.
Honestly, she's like, oh no. What do I do? I'm just gonna I'm gonna poke him in the cheek.
I'm gonna toss and turn.
Oh God. Okay.
And roll back and forth.
And then just make sure your pulse is doing okay.
It's fine. It's
Okay.
good. Healthy.
Okay, thank God. And then I get up and I just get changed.
Take a deep breath. You get changed. Vincent, you started the night in a very warm embrace, and now it's just like an entanglement of you and Renair, and you're both like, it was comfortable, and now it kind of hurts a little bit at how you both shifted in the night.
That's fine.
Your neck's a little stiff, but you wake up to the peaceful sleeping face of Renair, just lightly breathing in his sleep.
Oh man. Well, he'll adjust himself a little bit so he's not uncomfortable.
You wrestle a little bit out of the grip. The body reacts, kind of pulling a little bit towards you.
He'll kind of like gawk at him for a little bit. You know, the whole like, damn, damn, you fine. And eventually he'll I'll just touch his face and be like, good morning.
Good morning.
You sleep well?
Best sleep I've had in ages.
Me too. It's nice. It's a little sweaty, but you know, that's all.
I just remember that Lidara hasn't slept on a bed.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh my
And-
god.
How does that feel? How does
And,
Lidara feel
Literally
sleeping on a
forever.
bed.
It's probably been since she was 8.
Oh my god.
Like she would have.
Sis.
She has not slept in a bed. She wakes up and she's like, "Oh,
Her back's not
Wow.
aligned for bed.
I think that was the best sleep I've ever had in my whole life."
You're like, you're not supposed to wake up feeling like your body's broken and like it's so tight that you can't really
I thought it was normal.
maneuver.
She's like,
To have
"Wow,
neck support in your
my neck
sleep.
feels great." Like, so I just remember that. So sorry.
You both, Renee says, suppose we get ready for the day then. It's a big one, I feel. There's a lot to do. This was a bit of a rest, but
I don't want to get out of bed. And he like pulls the cover over his head. He's like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone.
you rest a little bit. Once I finish getting ready, then you can follow. I'll take my time.
Okay.
Renee gets up, goes to the bathroom, makes his way over and starts getting ready. Eventually, you all gather, waking up in the main room. Bonnie's already up by then. You can see that Bonnie actually has like breakfast on a tray that she went and got herself. She's like, "Don't worry, I paid for it. We're good." And she looks and said, "Morning, all y'all. How you doing?"
Honestly, pretty good. I slept great.
So pretty good as well.
Azzurum, did you sleep? Wait. Let's talk about that.
What?
I woke up. Azzurum was asleep.
You say that like being asleep is a weird thing. It's just kind of funny. It's ironic. You were asleep.
Yeah.
You can sleep still?
Yeah, I decided since like we were in no like danger, like I didn't need to stay awake, and like I just kind of do it for fun. But I can sleep, and I decided that I need to distress a little bit. Yeah.
Might as well in this,
I can
expensive
imagine
bed that we
being
paid
awake
for.
for 3 weeks straight could, be
Eyes wide open.
could be a little much.
Yeah.
Did you dream about anything?
Did I?
Dreaming.
Dreaming,
Dream.
Your dreams were fairly benign, seeing as, you've seen a lot in the past 3 weeks. The first time you've really dived into your subconscious, but it's all just a mishmash of, what do you think Azzurum dreams about, actually? Do you think it's more like things that have happened to him, possible situations, weird?
I feel like he dreams about possible situations, but like in a very plain way. Like it's like, oh, he dreamed that he like went grocery shopping.
It's just very nice, mundane situations, and it's actually more peaceful than you got not sleeping at all. So, you slept pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, I didn't dream much. Baked a pie.
What flavor?
Blueberry.
Interesting.
That makes sense, yeah.
Why? Because I'm blue?
No, I thought you liked blueberries.
Yeah. Do you not like blueberries?
No, yeah, I love berries. Yeah, I love all kinds of berries.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So,
We had to go to the shop today, right? Yeah.
before we go,
I don't like the tone that you've got going on. Every time you do that, some shit comes up. What happened?
What could have possibly
I
happened?
may have
Oh God.
last night
Uh-huh.
Uh
left.
Uh-huh.
Breathe, Lidara, breathe.
Well, okay,
In and
so
out.
I was sitting there, awake, and I decided to look out the window. And so I looked out the window,
Yes.
and I saw this man get killed.
What?
Like,
Like
Yeah.
on the streets?
Yeah, and so I wanted to go see if he was okay, see if I could maybe save him, right?
God.
So I went, and then
Why does nothing normal happen then? Why, when we get here, does all this shit happen?
I went down there in my PJs, and I went to go check out the body. Yeah, real dead. It was actually the dude that you saved.
what? Oh, really?
Yeah, real dead.
Oh, that's
was it-
unfortunate.
Was that the...
The thorn guy that got attacked in the street that Lidara had helped. And so I was like, oh my God, oh no. So I went to go see if I could try to figure out who did it. And then all of a sudden the guards come.
Oh, Lord.
And Toby was there.
Toby?
Yeah. But he didn't know it was
Who's
me.
Toby?
The hot guard that we... Never mind. So...
Yeah, that's just over the heads for us.
So Toby was there. And so they were like, hold. And I was like, okay. So I talked to them, right? And I thought it was...
Of course you did.
I thought it was going to be fine. And then they were like, oh, we need to get these other people here to also investigate. So I'm sitting there chatting up with Toby. These big bad monks of the Morning Lord or something come and they are investigating the body. And they try to talk to the body. The body, And they said there's like a lot of magical, like...
How did they try to talk to the
They
body?
like casted something and it like came to life.
Oh,
and
so
then-
it's okay when they do it.
Yes.
Have I heard of a spell where you can talk to people?
Make an Arcana check advantage on that.
Did talk to dead people? Well, that wasn't good. That was worse. I couldn't.
Bad rolls today.
Really bad rolls today, honestly. Arcana, it is a +9, so 4 + 9, 13.
They've talked about it in Cineath. In Cineath, you heard that there were some people that had the ability to speak with the dead past their expiration, if that makes sense.
In regards to saying that they tried and it didn't work.
Yeah, it seemed like something was like interfering.
That's odd.
So then, this is where it starts getting a little sticky.
Oh, God.
So then the biggest, baddest guy comes up and he casts something and I don't know what it was, but I sure know that if he looked at me that he would maybe know that I was a caster. So I'm freaking out, right? So then this one other guard pulls me aside and he starts questioning me. He's like, can I cast Zone of Truth on you? And I was like, yeah, I have nothing to hide. Remember? Open
Nothing
book.
to hide at all.
I'm an open book.
Yes. Of course.
So Azzurum open book Essen Carr was like, of course. So I let them cast Zone of Truth on me, and then they asked me if I did it, and I said no, because I didn't.
Okay, good.
And then they asked if I knew what happened, and I was like, no, and I was just like, give him the facts. And then they asked me if I knew any spellcasters in the vicinity, in the city.
And what'd you say?
I had to say yes.
Okay.
And then they asked me if I knew where they were.
Uh-huh.
And I said that I saw them at the tavern in the Walsh Ward.
Okay, vague.
That surprisingly competent of you.
So that happened. And then
There's more.
I came home and I saw my dear Bonnie.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to bring all that up.
Yeah,
I was willing to keep my
honestly-
mouth shut on
honestly,
seeing you come in
what?
here.
Mikasa Sukasa, open book. I should let them know. Before we go wandering the streets,
Yes.
apparently, basically, some people think that the Air Genasi might be here and that they have a lot of guards out looking for him.
Breathe, Lidara.
But if we use our context clues from previous times we've talked about this Air Genasi, he apparently looks like me.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
So-
of course he does.
I'm a little worried about wandering the streets.
Bonnie, did you say you told him this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little complicated. It's not that there is some kind of warrant or search party for an Air Genasi. In fact, who I've heard this from is not from anyone above ground. Right. The people that have seen an Air Genasi are my friends in the Undercity. They are a little less willing to give information to strangers. In fact, I don't fully know if the Watch knows of an Air Genasi's presence or what that would mean. I get a feeling that all of you understand, and with the commotion caused in Goldstead, I kind of get a feeling that there may have been some trouble caused before we got here.
All right.
We can't go anywhere, can we? We really cannot go anywhere without something
We really
that we
can.
have to do. Okay.
I was gonna ask about the guard. If they don't know that there's possibly a genasi causing this, then Azzurum, you might be okay. If the guard isn't tipped off to that quite yet.
I'm an innocent man. So I'm
No, I
thinking,
agree.
what's the worst that can happen? They can't just attack every genasi they see.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
would
That
be
would
pretty bad.
be very bad.
I just don't want. Okay, can we, while we're here, everyone, can we make a rule that no one goes out alone? If you need to go out at night or even during the day and you need to go somewhere, we have a buddy system so that none of us get cornered in an alley and confronted, especially by the genasi, if he's around. So I don't want anyone to get into trouble
That makes sense.
by
Yeah.
themselves. Okay? Right? Okay? Yes?
Buddy system.
Azzurum?
Buddy system.
You don't have to take me. You don't have to take Bonnie. You don't have to take Renere. If it's Lidara, that's fine.
Who said I wanted to be around Lidara?
I don't know. You guys just shared a room.
Yeah, we did get really close.
Yeah. He disrespected my art. Actually.
Oh, that's so rude of you. Does he snore?
Does he snore?
Does he snore?
Does he snore? Does he snore?
No, his airways are perfectly open.
Perfect answer. Got him.
Genius.
A genius answer. Oh my gosh.
No. Damn it. Surprisingly.
No, I'm an angel.
Anyway, but my point is, don't go off on your own again.
I'm not gonna wake you guys up.
I don't care if you wake me
It's
up.
fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Good.
Do I
Glad we had this
trust him? Do
conversation.
I trust you? Almighty D&D? Do I trust
God.
Azzurum?
Make an insight check, sure. You can roll something too. You choose between persuasion and deception. Just tell me what you rolled. What'd you get?
23.
Just don't say which one.
Holy shit.
Just
22.
does it trust you?
Vincent says, glad we had this conversation. That's all taken care of then.
It's just like, okay, cool. Perfect. Check.
Laura's literally like, I'm just gonna watch it, buddy. Okay?
Schedule for today. What do we need to do? You said that we need to stop by a seamstress, that we needed to prepare ourselves that way. Are we doing anything after that? Did we want to see Bonnie's friends? Do we want to speak with any of the families, I suppose, if that's the route we're taking?
At some point, I'm gonna head over to the bar to find the bard and slip him a note or something. But I can do that in any,
That was the other thing that I wanted to bring up, is I did direct them to the bar. So
Well, then you guys don't go there. I'll go there. I don't.
by
have-
yourself? Without the I thought, what about the buddy system we just agreed on?
The buddy system you didn't particularly care for, anyways.
Go by yourself then.
I'll take Bonnie.
Fair enough. Like I said, later on tonight I am going down to the Undercity, but until then, I suppose I'm free. So,
I want to
you
go to
and
the
me.
Undercity. That sounds like fun.
It is fun. I believe it's where a lot of real Wheldon is, or at least the people that actually live here, that sort of thing. But it's a little bit less refined than up top. But I guess you and me, right?
Yes. So,
Renee says, okay, so are we all going to the seamstress?
yes.
I guess
we
so. Are
all
we-
need an outfit.
Every single one of us? All of us
Yes.
here? Mm-hmm. Including me?
Yep.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Can I just not go?
Nope.
Nope.
Remember the buddy system.
I know.
You guys really don't seem to like this buddy system that you just established and forced me into.
No, it's for the greater good. We don't like it, but we have to do it.
How refined and noble of you.
Shut up.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
You make your way out of the hotel, down through the Emerald Rest, into the busy streets of Wheldon. During the day, everything is back towards its busy and packed atmosphere. You make your way through the streets, moving past all the travelers and nobles and tourists, down falling towards that address that you were given. And you end up in front of a quaint building with a very exaggerated sign of a pair of sewing scissors cutting a vine, and it's called the Vine and Thread. In the window you can see beautiful gowns of, to make a comparison, Victorian era gowns, those large ones with the big skirts, all that sort of thing, very well ornamented and very refined. As well as a fair amount of gentlemen's suits, but they didn't skimp out and just give them black suits and tuxedos, that sort of thing. These are like, Met Gala, like
gosh.
ornamented, very, very like high fashion suits. As you enter into this establishment, the store is fairly well stocked and organized. There are several fanciful fabrics that adorn the walls, and there are fine garments and gowns hung on display upon the racks as well as on mannequins. A tall and thin woman of elven heritage with rimless glasses and blonde hair tied with a bow approached and says, welcome. Is this your first time in? Welcome to the Vine and Thread.
Yeah, it's our first time. Thank you for the welcome.
Well, I'm the proprietor of the store. Is there anything that I can do for you all?
We were actually kind of sent here.
Yes. Valentina Thorne has talked to you, I think?
Yes, she stopped in yesterday. You are you're heading to the ball, the Thorn Ball.
Yes.
Fantastic. Let us get you outfitted then. I am ready to make outfits to your specifications, and Miss Thorne will cover the expenses. They should be ready for the ball, which is in a few days from now.
Okay, perfect.
So, if you have thoughts, I'll give you some time, but I would like for you all to describe what you want to
I'm
wear.
literally on Pinterest.
Give me some time.
Fantastic. Take your time.
I'm so excited.
Renair will probably walk up first while you are all searching. Renair says, fashion-wise, I've been told I look good in blue. And so something along those lines would most likely suit me.
I feel like you look good in any color.
Really?
Yes. I mean,
I haven't
blue's
tried
nice.
I haven't tried a lot of colors, in all honesty. I mostly, in Cineath, I wore mostly blue tunics.
I know you did.
And I had several. It wasn't like I was wearing the same one every day. They just all looked very similar because it's a style that worked for me. Is there another color you'd suggest?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like you'd look really good in white.
In white?
Or in just, neutrals might look really nice. I mean, what you've got on suits you really well.
Looks down at the handy holsters and the and the very plain shirt. He says, I see. The proprietor speaks up. She says, well, if I can make some suggestions, are you looking for something more traditional, more of the tuxedo, buttoned up? Or are we looking for something looser and flowier, more of a Wheldon style? Open chest, flowy arms, that sort of thing. Frills. She says, I maybe something a little more traditional. I'm not sure.
Put him in the open chest.
Right away then. Let's try that out. I think you'll love it. And sort of
Holy shit.
pushes Renair back. So, okay, well, I guess I'm going. Renair is pushed inside of the changing room as they do sort of fitting as you all are getting your clothes ready. Bonnie kind of just takes a seat over on one of the chairs, crosses her legs and just kind of leans back into it and says, as much as a ball sounds fun, I don't think I'll push my advance on this one. So y'all have fun. If you need me, I'll be around, I suppose. But I do kind of want to see what this open chest situation is, because this sounds kind of hilarious. Renair comes back out And adorning Renair, you see the clothes that were described were very loose and flowy. And this is very true. He's in this kind of like silk getup that is very like draping over the arms, the chest fully exposed.
Holy shit.
Like a lounging, like Shakespearean lounging clothes with golden embroidery and like a pure white. The pants themselves are slightly very, very tight.
Slightly very tight.
Yes. As Renair is just kind of walked out, it's just like covering himself a little bit. He says, "Do I fit the Wheldon style?"
You look great. You look very uncomfortable, though.
Yes, I think I'll, Vincent, you have very good sense of style. Maybe you should dictate what I wear to this.
Me?
I trust you on this one. I don't...
Sure.
This doesn't feel like me. And they head back in. You all take your time and explain in detail, as much detail as your character would give, what it is you are going to wear to the ball. You all exit the shop with Bonnie, and Bonnie says, I suppose you all have a decent eye for fashion, except for, and then she goes, chuckles and looks at Renair, who's still like this, despite having his regular clothes on, just like hands over chest. He's like, listen, I didn't...
Leave him alone.
I will. I certainly will. Now, as for the rest of your errands for the day, what are you all looking to do?
Well, I guess right now we can go swing by the bar.
Sure. And what do you... I suppose I'll stick with you two. Where are we headed off to?
Want to drink some wine?
I mean, what time is it? It's like after. It's like barely woken up.
A morning glass of wine never hurt anyone.
You want to go drink wine? Azzurum, for context, you just witnessed a murder last night. I say this quietly. You witnessed a murder last night, and there's possibly.
Am I hungover?
Make con save.
Was I drunk during that whole encounter with the dead body?
My God.
You might have sobered up like a little bit, probably, like being on your... Alright, well, dice fully out of the box.
6.
Jesus.
You're a little hungover. It's not terrible. It's like the sun's a little too bright and you're already kind of jumping into it. Bonnie sort of speaks up and says, if you're looking for someplace that's cheaper to drink, then I suppose you could try and navigate the Undercity by yourself up until we meet up with you.
Do you want to go to the Undercity?
We can. How do you get there?
At the edges of the town, you're going to find a few alleyways that turn into stairs. They basically head towards a tunnel system that leads to the Undercity. Now, it's not that people aren't allowed, it's just that people from up top don't go down there. Enough people have said that it's dangerous to the point that nobles aren't looking to go down there unless they're trying to prove something. So you shouldn't be bothered by anyone on your way down there.
Are we allowed to cast magic there?
Well, I can say this. The Wheldon Watch up here is very amicable and very present. Wheldon Watch down there, really not much to speak of, unless they are searching that area for something. So,
what's the public opinion of magic? So, like, I know it's illegal, but do the citizens also, like, not like it?
Depends on where they're from. If they're from somewhere that casts magic, whether that be like the Boreali, the Sovereignty, Principalities, I mean, they'll be fine with it if they're from there and they've seen enough of it. If they're born and bred Ancire, I mean, most of Ancire views magic to be a curse, witchcraft. If it's not from the Morning Lord, it must be from some devilish entity, that sort of thing. So it just depends on who you're showing it to and where they're from.
Okay.
Hi, this is Christian, the Dungeon Master for the Strings of Fate. Thank you so much for listening to episode 8. We really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as share this video with anybody you think would enjoy it. A great way to do that is by using the SoftPod hashtag on Twitter. I go through that hashtag pretty much every day, and I look for names that can be used for NPCs, such as Valentina, Finnegan, and Astrid. Thank you so much for tweeting about the show. One major announcement is that we've officially started the Strings of Fate Ko-fi. If you go check out our link tree in the description below, you can find the link to our Ko-fi as well as our shiny new profile. We're a very small team doing a lot of work to make sure that this podcast is the best that it can be, and we have a goal up that will help us do that by improving our audio equipment. So go please check it out. If you'd like to support us, that's the best way to do it, along with sharing the show. Otherwise, thank you to dnddisability.com for your ADHD supplement for our bard, Vincent. You can follow them over at @DNDDisability, that's DND Disability, on Twitter, or at dnddisability.com. Anyways, that's all the announcements for today, so on with the show. Bye. Lidara and Bonnie start heading off towards the Wash and Whale, making your way out of the Thorns district through the Walsh district. You have a little bit of time together. Is there anything that you're saying, asking about?
So, have you been to Wheldon often?
I've actually only been through, I think, twice at this point. This is my third time coming through.
Nice.
First time was, fairly standard, didn't stay here. Second time was rough, stayed here for quite a while. And then third time is now, which is pleasant so far.
Why was it rough, if you don't mind me asking?
I was recovering from a pretty nasty wound.
Oh.
For a while.
Like a physical wound?
Like a gunshot wound.
Oh.
So yeah, physical wound.
Damn. That's rough.
Sure is. Though, I'm better now. So, I don't linger on it too much. That makes sense. It just kind of propels me forward, and I had some good people taking care of me, so.
I get that.
You, suffered a wound like that before? A big one?
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't a gun. I did get stabbed.
Whew. I feel like that's worse. It's a lot slower, a lot more intimate than a simple bullet.
You can imagine. Not very fun at all.
No. It kind of, I ask because it kind of makes you feel, I don't know, vulnerable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's a terrible, terrible feeling to experience, being taken out of commission and just at the mercy of someone else. But that, I don't know. I think I just saw some of what happened to me after my wound, which was, it came back stronger after it.
Yeah, I think I did too. It was pretty intense, but nothing that I can't handle. She doesn't know if she believes herself.
She looks... No. She believes you. She looks and she says, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But other than that, it's a nice town. At least there's worse places to recover from an injury.
Yeah, that's true. It's very lively here.
I did give Lidara a note.
Okay.
I folded it up, so you could take a peek or just not.
Okay.
It's up to you. Would you take a peek?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to send it to you, Christian. It's
Okay.
not crazy. It's just what I would send him.
You three make your way through the town, seeing the sights, enjoying the atmosphere of Wheldon, making your way towards where you were directed, this side road off towards the very edges of the town itself. You make your way over, and on the edge of the city, you can see those tunnels that Bonnie was talking about. These almost like metro tunnels that descend further. There's sets of stairs that take you deeper into the city. People seem to be avoiding them, or walk past them. Some take small peeks down, but never actually venture inside.
You ready to go?
Ready to go?
All right.
You follow this winding tunnel. You can hear the sound of rushing water getting louder and louder. And the smell transitions from that sort of perfume-curated air, those smells of, fresh baked bread, smells of wildflowers, that sort of thing, to almost sulfuric and unpleasant. And as you kind of make your way down these steps, making your way further and further down, the echoing footsteps against these stone stairs, that rushing water noise reaches its apex as you crest into what must be the Undercity. Underneath the bridge of Wheldon and Wheldon proper, you can see a massive, cramped space of ramshackle metal buildings on long stilts that plunge into the river below. These buildings are connected by long metal catwalks with railings on the side that are in various states of disrepair, with nearly every surface covered in some amount of rust. The water of the river flows through here, but is far different from the view outside. The river here is murky and inky, almost disgusting as it churns through the underbelly of the city. The air is muggy, heavy. Humidity sticks to your skin, and the smell of sulfur and smoke hit your nostrils. And the noises down here vary. There is, of course, that ever-present rushing water of this massive river. You can hear the distant sound of whirring saws and the king, king, king of smiths. The revelry of workers in their homes and bars, and also the sound of children laughing as they run across these bridges with each other that connect the buildings. This space is packed with people, and many of them wear those same plain uniforms you've seen walking around topside, while others wear very simple clothes that are quite aged or ragged in some way. And Rainier looks about and says, "I suppose this is it."
Looks like it.
Well, then I suppose we should ask for directions on how to get to this building.
Yeah.
He holds up the directions from Bonnie.
All right. We going?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Make your way through. Go ahead and make investigation checks.
Ooh, that was a 19.
4.
You're kind of getting distracted. The sights here are very distracting. There's a lot of these, it's a multi-structured, made of ramshackle scrap metal buildings, and it's a very interesting place. There's a lot of, live wiring that just, hangs from building to building, making these, blinking lights that are on, as there's no sunlight here. It's just lighted by electric lights, but even those lights down there are dim and
Is it actually underground?
It's under the bridge, basically.
Okay.
There's a large elevation between
I understand.
this, so it's suspended over water in some places.
Gotcha.
Cool.
You make your way through, you see children playing, you get some stairs here and there, but most people kind of look away or are not super interested. Some people are heading topside, some people heading to the factories, that sort of thing. You ask around for this place, and you are kind of pointed in the correct direction, you hope, as the roads here, whereas up top they're very traversable, the roads here are they're complex and they're strange, and there's a lot of you're gonna see a building with a rust mark that's shaped kind of like a J. When you see the J rust mark, you're gonna probably turn left, okay? And you keep following that. Now here's the thing, there's 2 rust marks that kind of look like a J. So you're gonna have to find one that's at least between, and it's
There's a guy who's gonna be there in a trench coat, and you gotta ask him, and he'll point you in
exactly,
the right
it's
direction.
I think the person down there knows, that sort of way. Make a perception check, too.
Oh my
Natural 20.
god.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Thank
Redemption.
God, because I got a 7.
Looking around this place, it is an amalgamation of peoples. You see that there are a lot of water genasi that are here. It's the first place you've ever been where there's like a lot of water genasi exist that are all living in this space. And you can see people that are, a lot of them are in these plains uniforms. A lot of them, some of them stay home. Some of them, you see kids running around. But it's not just water genasi. You can see like goblins. You can see humans. You can see elves. It's just people living down here, but not in the best state. You kind of got the feeling from what Bonnie was saying about how the watch doesn't really come and watch this place or do anything. It's just kind of overlooked by Wheldon proper. But eventually you make your way in front of a shop that you think is correct. The sign itself is written in a script I don't think any of you can read. What are your languages?
Infernal, Common, and I think Sylvan.
Common and primordial.
You can read it.
Oh, shit!
Yes. You look up at the sign, and there are these like complicated characters that you look at, and you're like, I know what that says.
Damn,
Damn.
what?
How? You can't even read books.
It's called the Aquifer's Dish, basically, is what the store is called. And it's in this language that you don't really fully understand. And as you push into it, it is a cramped space. Small tables on the side with like a bar that's there. You could probably fit maybe 10 people in here, and currently there is like 8 people in there. 2 of them behind the counter and a bunch of them just dining down on metal bowls full of delicious smelling noodles, like ramen style noodles, like that sort of thing. As you enter, you can feel like the jovial atmosphere as a water genasi from behind the counter smiles and says, welcome in. I'll be with you in just a second. As you 3 have found the address. Anything you're doing while you're here?
Hot check.
Hot check. 15.
Decent. Okay.
This water genasi has a deeper blue skin than, say, like Avi back in Sinia. The hair is collected in a bun, secured by hair sticks, but it still has that floaty quality, as if she's submerged in water. And there's a bandana tied around her forehead. Relatively young, wearing a sleeveless shirt tucked into baggy cargo pants. And behind her, sort of cooking over an open fire with like a huge wok, and then also like with a pot of boiling broth that he's stirring, is a goblin. A handsome older goblin with hair tied back in a bandana as well, an apron, robe of light fabric. Skin is a lighter green. Renair says, I suppose we should find seats if we can.
It's kind of crowded in here, huh?
A little bit.
I feel like I can't talk too loud, or else I'll be like, I'm taking up too much space. I feel like I have to be.
I feel like everyone here is friendly. Does everyone here seem friendly?
Make an insight check.
Ooh.
Insight.
What's my insight's 9, I think. 14.
Why? Okay, never mind. 12.
Everyone here actually does seem friendly. They're talking like and laughing with each other kind of jovially. You see that there's like 2 people that are like have taken up a whole table to themselves and are playing like a card game with each other, but they're just like talking, chatting, laughing. It seems like everyone here knows each other, which can kind of be an uncomfortable experience if you don't know anyone here. But at the same time, it's not like an aggressive atmosphere towards you all. Some people just look on, turn their heads. With a 14, you can see that the owner, it's kind of quick. It's just like it's like double, like double take at Azzurum, and then continues. It says, we got some seats down at the end of the bar if you all want to
For
hop
sure.
down there. Sure. First time in? I mean, I guess I've never seen you all before, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually just travelers. We're not from here at all.
travelers, and you ventured into the Undercity for food?
Well, we
our
knew a person.
Yeah, our friend sent us in here.
Friend. Oh, word of mouth recommendation. Who's the friend?
Bonnie?
Bonnie's back in town?
You know them?
Yeah, yeah, I know them. Any friends of Bonnie's friends of mine. Here, let me get you all something to eat.
Thank
I'm
God.
sure you're hungry.
I thought, there was like a maybe like 70% chance that it was gonna be good, and like a 30% chance that Bonnie was not. Yeah, a friend.
I'm sure she has that impression on people.
Yeah.
That's all right. Here, let me get you all something. We don't really have like a set menu, I suppose. We've got our special, and then we have variations on our special if you come in here and you like other stuff. So I can tell you right now, our special is a noodle soup with heavily spiced with some traditional Aquarian spices.
I'll take one of those. I am vegan.
Fantastic. We can accommodate for that. In fact, that's the more traditional way to have the food here.
Damn.
So that's no problem. For you?
Whatever everyone else is having, I don't care.
Fantastic. Renair agrees, does the same. It
Followers.
says, we got 2 specials and 1 vegan special. Got it, Charlie? And Charlie says, all right, I got it. And then just sort of bumps up the fire, throws the broth into a bowl, and gets to work on the ingredients. The name's Adela, by the way.
Adela?
So, travelers, where are you from?
All over, kind of.
Travelers of the world type situation, no real home, or...
I mean, kind of. I mean, so for me, yes, but I also kind of, sort of.
Same, sure.
Oh, interesting. That's fine. There's plenty of people that come through here that either call this place their home or don't want to say where their home actually is. So we don't pry around here. That sort of thing.
You from here?
Oh yeah, I'm from here. My parents were from here. They were actually from Sovereignty.
Oh, really?
They came to Wheldon looking for opportunity, and they found not that, but we're making it work.
Yeah.
I suppose I've etched out my own little piece of home here in the Undercity.
This seems very homey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everywhere in the Undercity. It's very kind people here, though there's a lot of them. Just be kind to them, they'll be kind to you, that sort of thing. We're a hospitable bunch. Different than what you'll hear up top, but then again, they don't like us, we don't like them. So
Well, up top, people are getting killed on the streets, so...
Okay, say it out real loud.
It's not mine. I'm airing everyone else's dirty laundry. I don't care.
I see. Well, that's better than them dumping their dead down here. So
Ooh, they do
Yeah.
that?
for a while, yeah.
Awful.
We finally got them to stop, and even then it's not that great. You know.
Damn.
You guys should fight them. You should take back your city.
Resistance.
I
Sort
like
of.
you. You know? I like that. Remind me of some other folk around here. So, you know. Just to keep that kind of talk down here. Up there, they're not too kind about it.
For sure.
You are making your way through the center marketplace, through the Walsh ward. On the upside of the center marketplace from the Thorn side, you can see the Walsh and Whale. And you can see that there's a little bit of disarray. There's a bit of a crowd gathered around the front currently.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, I don't... What's going on here? Let's try and get a little bit closer, see what's happening.
Yeah, I'll sneak.
Sure. You want to sneak through crowd to go ahead and get to the front?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. You have advantage on these.
9 plus 12.
9 plus 12, 21. You're able to maneuver through the crowd without even really pushing or shoving. Bonnie says, I guess I'll meet you up ahead.
Yeah.
If I can get through. And you push through to the front. Make a perception check.
Oh no.
Natural 1 plus 10.
You can't really tell what's happening. You're just kind of, even natural 1 plus 10 is an 11. It's you can gather that there's been some commotion at the Walshan Whale. You're not entirely sure as regards to what. And as you make your way forward to the front of the crowd, the doors kind of push open. And you can see there's 3 figures that lead out. 2 of them are in this heavy golden armor and these stomping boots. And one of them is held in manacles, wrestling free. This is bullshit. I didn't do anything. I'm not what they... And you hear a 4th figure sort of walk out and say, "There's nothing to see here. We are simply rooting out the corruptions of bardic witchcraft." As you see Archie led out in manacles being pulled by the Knights of the Morning Lord.
No! What did you do? Okay. Is there any way that I can slip this into his pocket?
The crowd is gathered. They're kind of trying to part through the crowd as there's Wheldon watch kind of like separating, like making a line, like, "Please, divert the crowd. Make a sleight of hand check as you get up to the edge where the Wheldon guard is parting, and you can see Archie being pulled past. "I didn't do anything. I'm not catching. It's not witchcraft. It's not."
Oh God. Please.
What'd you get?
That's a 2.
Plus?
Plus 4.
Oh my God, what's happening? I'm stressed out.
You approach and you reach your hand out and you dip the note. You shove the note into the pocket as quickly as you can, and you feel a heavy gauntlet grab your arm as you look up and you can see the graying beard, the slick back hair, and the piercing, radiant eyes of one of the knights look down and say, "A co-conspirator, I see."
Oh, what?
And just pulls you forward and says, "I suppose we have more questioning to do and more to unravel." As you are pulled forward from the crowd and you feel you are being manacled, what are you doing?
I'm going to go, "Fuck, not today." And I want to try to go, "Yeah," and rip my hand out.
This is a grapple check. Make an acrobatics check versus this person's athletics.
Oh,
it's a high roll. It's a high roll you have to beat. Go for
Don't
it.
tell me that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to.
What'd you get?
16.
As you try and pull free from the gauntlet,
I'm gonna cry.
the knight holds tight and says, "Your guilt is only reaffirmed by your struggling,
I don't have magic. I don't know what you're talking about.
and yet you try to conspire with this witch." And as you're pulled into
He's
the guy's
he's a what now? Wait, he's a what?
Make a deception check. Disadvantage.
Wish I could help.
Fuck.
Damn.
That's a 9.
The church tribunal will know. They will tell us the truth. As you are pulled forward and manacled, tink, tink, Lidara is manacled alongside. Archie's eyes look towards you, and says, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
You know, I don't fucking know. I was just trying to give this to you. I didn't know you were gonna be. Oh, God. Okay.
You are pulled and led forward by the Knights of the Church of the Morning Lord to the Church of Wheldon.
Oh my God.
And that's where we'll leave off.
No.
orange shoe.
Hey, so it's me again, Azzurum, and Vincent just showed me this cool trick where if I put both of my hands up and I put my thumb out, the hand that makes an L shape is my left hand. Isn't that so cool? Like, who would have thought that you could just put your hands up and figure out which way was left and right? All that to say, I may have told Renaer to go left when he actually was supposed to go right, but I still think that he should have just figured it out. Anyways, if you want to support this podcast, you can follow them on their social media. Instagram is at the Strings of Fate, and Twitter is at _Strings of Fate. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.